Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Build Guide. Today we've got a Meditation Guardian for you. This is a hard counter against condition based builds. It's absolutely fantastic. It's got some good CC, a good solid tank. The HP is not too high, but it makes up for that in some massive healing power and some fantastically high toughness. So first up, the weapon choices. We've got the hammer in one weapon set, as we know, a standard great CC weapon. You've got a nice little immobilize there, a fantastic knockback on banish with some serious range on it. Ring of warding as well, which is great for locking down the points because you can lock down choke points and stuff like that with it. And the blast finisher there on Mighty Blow as well can be of use. For our other weapon set, we've gone with a shield and then the mace. The mace is a fantastic weapon with the symbol of faith. You can keep channeling that over and over and over again, and it gives you basically a regeneration on the ground that will also heal you and damage any foes that come into the area. You've got a block there on Protector's Strike, another knockback here on the number 5, and a protection uptime there on the number 4. A great all-round weapon choice for any tank build Guardian. Next up, for our heal, we go on the Signet of Resolve. Kills a condition every 10 seconds and heal yourself. Really powerful heal there for the Guardian in general. The heal's massive, 9.5k. It's going to come back in from that, so it's going to heal over half of our actual health pool in one click. So really powerful there. Next up, for our utility skills, we've got a Smite Condition, Contemplation of Purity, and Stand Your Ground. So the first two are meditations, which is why this is a meditation-based build. They're going to both call it Cure Conditions. The first one cures a condition and damages nearby foes, and more damage if it cures a condition. Bear in mind here, the key thing is the 16-second cooldown, making this a very spammable skill. You can use it very meticulously, and whenever you need to, really, it's often going to be back up when you need it again. So really spammable ability there. Contemplation of Purity, a fantastic skill again. 48-second cooldown on this as we've got it traced. It also breaks stun and removes any conditions you're suffering from and replaces them with boons. So the big problem here is if you're fighting against a Necromancer using Corrupt Boon, it can be a problem. They will turn all these boons, when you transform all your conditions into boons, they will then turn the boons back into conditions. It's obviously a direct counter to this. But then if you're stacked up with loads of conditions and you don't use this and they don't have Corrupt Boon up, then you're going to be fine. It's going to get rid of all of them and you're going to become very powerful all of a sudden. Lastly, Stand Your Ground is a shout, so not a meditation here, but it grants you stability to yourself and your allies as well as retaliation on a 30-second cooldown. A fantastic skill here. Another stun breaker, so really important there. This is a bunker build, so having those stun breakers is going to be useful. But Stand Your Ground's brilliant. It's fantastic for finishing people off, getting revives, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely amazing skill all round. Lastly, renewed focus. So focus, making yourself invulnerable and recharging your virtues. 90-second cooldown. You can pretty much go any way you want with this, really. I quite like renewed focus just because if you're taking a lot of damage, it is a good solid panic button. We don't have anything else to mitigate against direct damage in this build, really. This is one of your best abilities as a direct counter to direct damage, so nice solid ability all round there. The only thing you've got to bear in mind with this though, if you are on a capture point and you trigger it, you will not actually have any effect on controlling the point. So if you're in a 1v1 and you trigger this, it will be as if you're not stood on the capture point, so do bear that in mind. You can't just trigger it and stay on point and think you're going to control that node still. So next up, our rune choices. We've gone with Superior Runes of the Soldier, giving us Vitality and Toughness in spades, and then Shouts Remove a Condition. A pretty solid choice here. There isn't a great amount of leeway here because you have to get a lot of Vitality in your rune choice. Shouts Remove a Condition is also useful as well because that's going to make Stand Your Ground a condition removal as well. Next up, Sigil of Superior Bloodlust in our mace, a standard solid choice in any build. Really, I do love these ones that build up over time. They're not so powerful early game, but late game, within about 2 or 3 minutes, you can easily rack up 4 or 5 kills, and it's going to make a big difference. And then PvP Sigil of Energy, in the second one, giving us 50% of your endurance back when you swap this weapon while in combat. A standard choice there in any defensive build. Next up, the Sigil of Superior Leeching. Your next attack swaps when swapping to this weapon in combat steals some health. This can be whatever you want, really. It doesn't have to be this choice. You can pretty much go wherever you want with that Sigil. I would pick an on-swap one if I was you, but yeah, any way you really want with that. Next up, for our amulet choice, we've gone with the Cleric's Amulet with a Knight's Jewel. Power, toughness, and healing power from the Cleric's Amulet, and then vitality, power, and precision from the Jewel. We had to go with the Knight's Jewel because we needed the more extra vitality. Our HP was just too low. We had to boost it up a little bit more and make it go a bit further. But the amount of toughness this build has and the huge amount of healing power, we can see there 1098 healing power and 3107 armor. A massive amount of toughness and healing. It's going to make that health pool go a lot further than the 16.7k it really is. It's going to make it really stretch out. Also, we've got a fairly solid amount of attack as well, 2,519. It's not massively high, it's not like a glass cannon or anything like that, but do bear in mind we're going to get another 250 on top of that as well, thanks to the incoming from the Mace of Bloodlust. That's going to give us a boost up on the attack power. So next up for our trait choices, 0, 10, 30, 30, 0. 10 points in Radiance, giving us Justice as Blind, which is not all that great really. But then Signet's Recharge 20% faster, an important trait choice there. That's going to boost up the Signet Resolve, meaning we can trigger it more often. And that 9.5k heal is so big. That's going to make a really big difference. 30 points in Valor, giving us increased toughness and increased critical damage. The critical damage isn't all that great as our crit rate's fairly low, but the increased toughness will help massively. Unfortunately, the minor trait choices in this are pretty poor. Gain Aegis when your health hits 50%, Virtual Courage recharges when you rally, and gain Might when you block attacks. So that is going to give us a bit of Aegis in there from those two a little bit more often, but it's a fairly wishy-washy trait really. I mean, if it blocks something important, it's brilliant, like a Dragon's Teeth for example. If it blocks that, fantastic. But if it blocks like one hit in 100 blades or something like that, it's going to be next to useless, so it's not really all that great all round. And in the game mode, when you block attacks again, it's not really all that great for this build. However, the major choices are Meditations recharge 20% faster, Meditation skills are instant, and Meditate skills heal you. So that's going to give us this one here, Smite Conditions, and Contemplation and Purity healing as well. Smite Conditions is only on a 16-second cooldown, meaning every 32 seconds we're going to be able to trigger that twice, and that's also going to be one triggering there of the Signet Resolve every 32 seconds. A huge amount of healing coming in here, and that's before we even get into the Honor line, which is going to give us more vitality and more healing. The major trait choice is giving us symbols are larger, symbols last longer, and all symbols heal allies, boosting up the Symbol of Faith massively. It is also going to, of course, have an effect here on the Hammer ability, which gives you the Symbol of Protection, which, while it is good, is a kind of a pain really because of the way it channels. It's got quite a long cast time on it of 1.25 seconds, which is pretty long really. But the Symbol of Faith is absolutely brilliant. It's going to cast regeneration on anyone in the area. It's also going to heal them directly. It's also a combo light field. So all around a fantastic setup there. The Symbol of Faith is going to give you constant healing coming in. You're going to get a big massive burst heal off the Signet Resolve, and burst healing as well of Smite Conditions and Contemplation and Purity. And because of our rune choice, we're even going to get a burst heal off Stand Your Ground. Our huge amount of healing power that's pushed even higher by going this far into Honor is going to make all that even more powerful. So really strong setup there. The minor traits in this line are gain 5 seconds of Vigor when you deliver a critical hit, which will only trigger every 5 seconds. We've got a small amount of crit chance, so that's going to trigger every now and again. Energy dodge roll heals nearby allies, so this is where this extra vigor is going to come a little bit in handy, and also our choice here of getting the superior rune of energy. That is going to make a bit of a difference here because it's going to give us more dodge rolls and more heals, and the heal is actually fairly effective off of Selfless Daring. Next up, the deal more damage at low endurance, so if you're going to be channeling out and burning out faster, getting those heals coming in, you're going to have low endurance, so you're going to be able to deal a bit more damage. To be honest, I wouldn't worry too much about that. This is more of a defensive build than offensive, so you don't really need to worry too much about elusive power, but getting those extra dodges in and the healing effect from it is going to help a lot. We've got a few clips with some gameplay now we're going to get into. So this first clip here is on the Battle of Kylo, and we're up at the clock tower, and that is a warrior coming in for the blue team. He opens up with a stun, which is blocked by Aegis, followed up with applying a bleed, which we counter with Smite Condition, and then lay down a ring of warding, causing a knockback on him. His Necromancer has now arrived as well, so we're switching to our Mace Shield combo, a little bit more defensive, giving ourselves a bit more survivability. We've got our symbol down on the ground, but we're getting hit there with 100 blades coming in. I think he may have even had quickness up for that. It does some pretty heavy damage quite quickly. Again, getting focused again, Smite Condition, trying to get rid of those conditions a little bit more. Unfortunately, we didn't get rid of one of the better ones. We also had to use all our virtues there and our elite and re-trigger all our virtues, so everything except our weapon skills is currently on cooldown, but our teammates now arrived, so we've got a Guardian coming in to support us. And he makes a lovely knockback there with his Shield 5 ability, forcing both players off the ledge. Kind of wasted our own banish, knocking back that Shadow Fiend. That was pretty much a waste. Again, that warrior coming back in, dealing some pretty good damage with that hammer, forcing us back. We immobilise, trapping the Shadow Fiend and both of the players in that, giving ourselves a chance to get our heal off. Great use of our immobilisation there on the hammer free skill. Again, fear bombed away, being pushed back, coming back in, laying down the ring of warding. That's going to knock down this Necromancer. The Warrior's been pushed back as well, so he's not able to really interfere at the moment, giving us a chance to get some damage off on this fairly sustainable Necromancer. I mean, neither of these builds are high damage builds. These two Guardians are both fairly defensive, but yeah, it's still doing some pretty solid damage to him. Good immobilization there from our teammate. We're getting focused very heavily there, and some pretty serious burst damage coming in with a quickness buff from that Warrior. I do believe he dealt some pretty massive damage at that moment. We're getting a great Sanctuary Revive though from our teammate coming in. Really good timing from him and great play in general. He's instantly back up onto the Warrior, didn't get some good damage on him. We tried to set up a block there to block any projectiles. Coming in with the hammer, the shield 5. Unfortunately, our immobilized missed there on the Warrior. That was very unfortunate. He would have been finished off, giving him a chance to get his revive though. As we come back in, we're now in our mace setup, waiting for our number 2 ability to come back up, and there it is, popping off some of our utility skills again, getting rid of those conditions, giving ourselves some stability. As we now put the the Warrior into the down state with a ring of warding laid down by us, keeping that Necromancer back. That Necromancer is now on very low HP. Switching into his life force setup, we banish him away, knocking him down the stairs, putting him into a trap. Unfortunately, there our skill on the number 2, the smash ability, missed, but he's still going to be going down pretty damn quick. For some reason, he decides it's the best option to run back into the clock tower, but there's no chance of him actually escaping this now. He's going to fall back. We cap the point, and he's pushed away quite nicely.
Clock tower captured.
So this clip here is on the Battle of Kylo again. We're up by the Trebuchet, and we're going to show a little bit of survivability of this build. So we've got two players coming in here, a Mesmer and a Thief. They're both fairly bursty professions in general. Both of these builds they're playing are fairly bursty as well. We've got a Phantasm build going on with the Mesmer, and the Thief in general just got some pretty high damage output. So they're both focused on us 2v1, so obviously we're getting all their focus, all their damage is coming in on us. We've gone down to about half HP, we're triggering off our heal, getting ourselves back up, removing some of those conditions they had on us as well. Smite conditions back up, we're triggering that, then getting the extra damage of course, getting rid of a little bit of those stacks again. Up to 10 stacks of bleeding on us now though, so that's hurting pretty bad. We're getting focused, laying down the ring of warding, we managed to trap the Mesmer inside of it, giving ourselves a little bit of a chance to escape, popping off our elite skill, followed by all our virtues. Well, virtues followed by elite skill, followed by all our virtues. Again, they're coming with a knockback there, our heal's nearly back up off cooldown. Dodging a couple of times, it's of course giving us some more healing in there, give us a chance to get our heal back off. Our number 2 there on the mace. These are two really bursty professions, bear in mind, and we're still tanking them. It's been going on quite a while now. So they do manage to put us into the down state here. Of course, there was actually very little chance of us winning in this sort of encounter. We don't have the damage to really put anyone down. It's all about surviving, and this was just a pug game, so we couldn't call in any support. But you could see how long we held off against 2 players there. You can see the damage output as well, 20k in bleed damage alone. So I hope you all enjoyed the episode. We're going to be back on Wednesday with a brand new PvP guide. But until then, don't forget to subscribe and leave us some feedback below. Thank you all very much.